Jags Nation, this is the Action Sports Jax Postgame Show, sponsored by Farah & Farah, the exclusive injury law firm of the Jaguars.
All right, that's more like it. You just watched the Jaguars beat the Atlanta Falcons at historic Wembley Stadium, 23-7. A great performance by the defense, a good performance by the offense, a good performance by the special teams despite not having Jamal Agnew available, and the best team win of this young season as we climb back to 2-2. Hi, everybody. It's the postgame show. We love to talk about our Jags. We had a lot to break down over the next few minutes. We're waiting on Doug Pederson. We'll carry you his comments live. We'll hopefully get you Trevor as well, maybe a couple players. We'll hear from Brent Martineau, who's across the pond with the Jags for the next week, as the Jags will now change hotels with a victory in hand, and everybody will be happier, and the sun will shine a little brighter here in Duval as the Jags get back to 500 after that disappointing loss a week ago. A big win today over the Atlanta Falcons. Look, it wasn't the greatest win of all time. It wasn't, but it's a 16-point win in the NFL, okay? And I'll tell you this, the offense, again, I'm frustrated, you're frustrated, they're frustrated. I get it. You know, 300 yards, 16 first downs, 5 of 14 on third downs. Of course, it was really 5 of 12. They went over 2 on their last couple. Penalties were clean. But I'll tell you one thing. I said Trevor Lawrence needs to play better. He did play better today. He made some big plays for the Jaguars, and I think we won with our franchise quarterback today. Yeah, if we didn't have our franchise quarterback, we're in a dogfight. If you had just a quarterback, you're in a dogfight out there. We were able to win because Trevor hit some third down throws. He found Calvin Ridley for a touchdown. He made plays when he had to. He didn't turn it over. He had a couple good scrambles. Trevor played well today. Offensive line is still struggling. We tried changing things out, put Barch on the bench, brought in Shatley. That didn't seem to help a whole lot. Not a lot of running room for ETN, less than 3 yards per carry. We just can't hit a good big running play. Seems like every Sunday we lock into the same running play over and over again, and just wasn't there today against Atlanta. But nonetheless, again, and quite frankly, we only scored 1 touchdown offensively. We got a pick 6 and 3 field goals, right? So defense, though, dynamic, great performance. Bijan Robinson did have 100 yards rushing. I think, quite frankly, the Jags were helped by an inexperienced quarterback. We sort of expected this a week ago, but C.J. Stroud played above the X's and O's. C.J. Stroud played terrific. Desmond Ridder today helped us out a little bit, but we still got to make the plays. Darious Williams still anticipated. Darious Williams still had to go 61 yards. Andre Cisco still had to make an interception. Jags didn't get any points on that, by the way. Come on, Doug, kick the field goal until the offense gets going. But nonetheless, great win for the Jaguars at historic Wembley Stadium. That's where Brent Martineau is. His thoughts following the W.
Trevor Lawrence running off the field, and victorious Trevor Lawrence. He got his first career NFL win, of course, at Tottenham in London. Well, he gets his first win here at Wembley, and a big moment for Trevor and the entire Jags team because they needed this one. Slow start, 1-2, get back to 2-2. Buffalo awaits, and that'll be a tall task. And here's the deal. We followed everyone on social media on the game. We get it. The Jags offense still isn't where it needs to be. Trevor probably missed a couple of plays. They're 2 plays, maybe 3 plays away from blowing out the Falcons even worse than they did, 23-7. So it's still not all the way there. Jaguars without Zay Jones, Jamal Agnew today, still trying to figure out the offensive line. They might get help there with Cam Robinson coming back this week. We'll see if the Jaguars decide to play him or not. But overall, Trevor made the big play early with his legs, found Calvin Ridley, gave this football team a lead, and he made some big plays on the day with his legs here at Wembley Stadium and did enough to get the win. Jaguars go to 2-2, 23-7 W. They change hotels tonight, stay the week in London, and then try to move above 500 with a big win over Buffalo next Sunday. Always on the road with the Jacksonville Jaguars, this time in London after a W. I'm Brent Martineau, Action Sports Jax.
You know, here's the thing. We've had such a lousy franchise for so long. You know, we've been so bad for so. Savor the dubs, man. Savor the wins. We're 2-2. That's fantastic. We had a great opportunity next week against the Bills. Terrific. Savor the wins. Enjoy this one. Don't even worry about Buffalo till tomorrow, right? I mean, It's hard to win in the NFL. That's a fact. You can put that back up. I'll get to it. Trevor Lawrence today I thought was terrific. 23 of 30. That is better than 70%. 207 yards. You know, want to get the ball down the field. Still think we're not taking shots. I think that's in large part because not quite trust of that offensive line to block them up long enough. Desmond Ridder was not that good. Got some junk yards at the end, 19 of 31, 191 yards. I would say this, and I don't know much about the Falcons. They got a huge talent in Bijan Robinson, but they are wasting Drake London and Kyle Pitts. Something awful. And I would suspect that next year with a high first-round pick, a top 10 first-round pick, that's the kind of team I think they're going to end up being. They'll be in the market for a quarterback, quite frankly. So I think the Jags were helped by that today. But let's talk about Josh Allen. Anybody see what he did today? 3 sacks and a strip sack. So he had, 3 sacks in the opener. He got 3 more sacks today. And, I mean, he's got 6 sacks in 4 games, right? Or does he have 7? I can't remember. How many sacks does Josh Allen have this year, Liv? Did he get another one? I think he might have 7 sacks already in a contract year. Ooh, the Jags have to make some tough decisions with that young man. Sign him now. Should have signed him because he's going to want a lot of money. And, well, again, we'll worry about that down the road. Savor the win today. Savor the win today. What'd you say? Oh, okay. Listen, injuries today. We're missing some guys. Hopefully we can get Zay Jones back. We miss him. We miss him a lot. Devin Lloyd, I thought Chad Muma played well. He got juked by Bijan Robinson, but Bijan Robinson is going to juke a lot of guys. So don't worry about that, Muma. He made some plays, man. I thought Chad Muma was more noticeable, quite frankly, than Devin Lloyd has been, in my opinion. Not having Jamal Agnew, Parker Washington's first NFL play, he gets injured and left the game, never came back. Christian Kirk fielded punts the rest of the way. But special teams much better. McManus made all 3 of his field goals, including a 56-yard boomer. He kicked every kickoff through the end zone. Thank you. Please do that. Hopefully Zay gets back against Buffalo. Devin Lloyd probably another week away. Hopefully Agnew able to get back as well. Top weapons today for Trevor. All right, I like this. You know, we're going to get Christian Kirk the football. He's had an 11-catch game and an 8-catch game. The other 2 games he's been invisible. So got to get him the ball. Evan Ingram, a big part of what we do. 7 catches, 59 yards. Not a lot of yards, but that's okay. He's getting yards when we need him. He's getting first downs. Really got a touchdown. That's fine. He also got a big PI towards the end of the game that finished the game. ETN, it's not him. We just run it right up into the line and get 2 or 3 yards. We got to find that kid some creases, some holes. We got to get a little more creative, I think, with the ground game. You want a criticism? How about 4th and 1? What are we doing? 4th and 1, we did convert one. We didn't convert the other. But straight dropbacks to pass? Huh. I don't know. But Darious Williams had the big play of the game. Brent with more on Darious.
Oh, another big defensive play by this defensive unit. Darious Williams, local guy, comes up with the big pick 6 to make all of Jacksonville happy. Big moment in this one.
Yes, sir, man. Glory to God. But, yeah, we came out here, obviously, short schedule, you know, coming out here to London. But defense prepared well, whole team prepared well. We came out here and got a win.
How big was it to get the offense rolling early, get a lead, 7-0, 10-0, for you guys to do what you wanted to do?
I mean, that's always big. You know, our offense, we got a whole lot of weapons, you know. So to come out here, just get a score, just to put us on top, you know, defense, you know, we got to have their back anyway. Whether they score, whether they don't, we always got to come out of their back.
I know you didn't like that performance last week, so it's a nice bounce back for you guys.
Oh, yeah, for sure. You know, that's we're going to have, and it's kind of good to have adversity, you know, in the beginning of the season. So we just took it well, came out here, put it behind us, and just came out here and balled.
Let's go back to the pick. What did you do? It looked like you jumped it pretty good, and you probably knew you had a lot of green grass after that.
Oh, yeah, and I can give Trey Herndon an assist because it looked like he might have cut the guy off on the way. So, yeah, we know they were kind of a big, quick game team. I just kind of trusted in my instincts, trusted in the play, and got it.
You almost had another one.
Oh, yeah. Gosh. Goodness gracious, man.
I had to bring that up.
Right, man. Oh, my goodness.
All right. Hey, you don't have a long flight home. You get another one in London, so have a good couple of days off.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
All right. Darious Williams with a big play in this game. Hey, the defense in 3 out of 4 games has really done its job. A lot of talk about getting the offense on track. Don't worry about it right now. The Jags got to win, and it was a big win, 23-7 over here in London.
They're all big wins. There's Doug Pederson. Let's listen in.
It's what he's capable of doing, you know, and same way, you know, when you talk about guys like Trevor and Christian and Calvin and, you know, Zay and all these guys, you know, he's in that conversation. Those are the guys that, you know, need to step up and make plays, and he did a great job for us today, and something that, you know, he can be proud of, and obviously we can work on that. You know, we felt too like this defensive front was a little bigger, heavier, stronger front. Just felt like Shatley, you know, gave us the best opportunity there. It was nothing really against Ben, you know, we just as a staff just felt like it was Shatley's time to get in there.
Is that what the lineup will look like moving forward? Or?
Well, it's hard to say. We'll look at the film, evaluate it, but you know, yeah, I'll let you know on Wednesday. Well, the pick six was huge. You know, after the offense had scored, and I thought the defense played pretty solid all day. You know, the drive at the start of the third quarter, obviously, you know, you like to do better there, but and then holding them out of the end zone, you know, when they did at the end of the game, and yeah, just a overall the turnovers, Josh's performance. There was just a lot of good effort today, and they played together as a team. That's the sign that we're headed in the right direction. We're getting some things fixed, and still got some work to do, obviously, but very, very pleased with today's win.
Did you rate Trevor's performance today, especially carrying the ball?
Yeah, I mean, I thought he was solid. Saw the field well. Saw Calvin for the first touchdown there. It was kind of a little bit of got in behind the defense and made a heck of a play. Used his legs, you know, today on some big third downs for us. Played tough, physical. Just did Trevor type stuff, and you know, played a good game.
How does it feel to win at home now? London is your second home. So how does it feel to pick this win?
Yeah, it feels great. Guys are excited. I'm excited. You know, and anytime you come all the way over here and you know, spend a couple days and get a chance to play a football game, it's you know, it's exciting for our organization, for Mr. Khan, and for us to get a win obviously is big.
Being in that situation now where you stick around as the road team as such next week against the Bills, how do you manage that in a different way to what you've been used to?
Yeah, you know, no different than a normal week back home. You know, I'll keep the schedule the same, routine the same. I will give the guys some time. You know, obviously once we move up to Hanbury and you know, tomorrow we'll give them some time to recoup and enjoy the area, and then it's back to work on Tuesday, and you know, we prepare for Buffalo. So try to keep it as normal as I can throughout the week.
So you talked about this team feeling like they maybe was pressing a little bit. Did you get a sense today that they were completely over that, or they're still a little bit?
No, I think. I mean, it's hard to say if you're over it, but I think they were much more relaxed, and really the energy today was much better than last week. You know, you saw it on the sideline, you saw it with the guys, the demeanor, their play, all of that, and it's things that we talked about during the week, and you know, it's about how we respond, and the guys responded extremely well today. I don't know yet. We'll get more evaluation. Probably have a better, you know, idea maybe the next day or two. He was close. I didn't want to risk it, you know, with him. I didn't want to put him out there, and you know, he pulls something or, you know, worse. Just want to make sure that. And Parker, you know, Parker's the next guy up. So I thought Parker did a nice job during the week of practice, obviously. But yeah, I just want to make sure Jamal. We'll be ready for the foreseeable future.
You kind of touched on it, but after the last 2 weeks, how important was it for the team to sort of see all three phases come together, play a complete game?
I think it's great. You know, again, it's all the things that we talk about, you know, during the week, and you know, it comes down to the guys just understanding, you know, their role, doing their job, that ownership part of it, right? Their football team, all that. They responded well today. Yeah, I'm so proud of Calvin. You know what he's been through in his life, and you know he's put a lot of things behind him. He's focused on the future, you know, and obviously his testimony is one that can be spread to a lot of professional, you know, and younger generation athletes, right? And what he's gone through and overcome adversity, and then to come out again today and you get the touchdown and the big, you know, the DPI play at the end of the game. He's just doing things right. He loves football. We love having him on the football team. He's got a lot of energy. He's excitable, and just can't be. You know, I'm so proud of not only where he's come from, but where he's going to as a ball player for us.
So just picking up on what you said about giving the guys a couple of days just to enjoy the sights and everything. Everyone always talks in sport about the road games that are good for that building a bit of a spirit and everything else, but away from America, how important is that for the place for you to decompress almost a little bit?
I think this trip hit us at the right time. I think we needed to get away. Kind of brings you together a little bit. We're in the hotel together, we're eating meals together, we're meetings together, practice, so it's a bonding type experience to kind of reunite with everybody. And that's what you need sometimes, right? And you know, we got everybody here and organizationally and you know, excited for, you know, these next 7 days.
Does it feel like camp all over again?
Say that again?
Does it feel like camp all over again?
Camp?
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. You know, just the bonding. You know, the guys are around each other all the time. Yeah, it does feel like that.
Coach, the Falcons that kind of run first, kind of predictable nature of their offense. Does that make it a little bit easier for you to prepare for it, especially when you're going to get a lead?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say it's easy. I mean, they got a tremendous young running back. He's going to be very good in this league for a long time, and they have weapons on offense, and that was, you know, evident. But, you know, obviously I can't speak for them, but for us to prepare, I mean, you know, it's something that our defense does a nice job of, you know, stopping or at least slowing down the run. They got some big runs in the second half, but, you know, those are things that we focus on, and anytime that you can either eliminate or sort of, you know, minimize whatever it might be, a certain aspect of your opponent, you know, and make them a one-dimensional team, that it is your favor, no matter who you're playing. You know, I thought our defense really rose to the occasion, and when they had opportunities, they, you know, the interceptions were big, and the strip sacks, all that kind of stuff were huge today too.
Thank you, Coach.
All right. Thanks.
It's Doug Pederson. A lot to say today. Listen, bottom line, team win, right? If you think about it. I mean, defense, B, right? B+. Special teams, B+. Offense, B-. But nonetheless, lots of good. You know, that's good. So we take a look at the schedule, and, hey, let's celebrate a win in October. We had 5 cracks last year. I don't think we got one. So October 1st, Jags get a win over the Falcons, get to 2-2. Life is good. Buffalo looming. We know that. Come back home to play the Colts. That's fine. We've done well with the Colts down here. And then 2 roadies before the bye. So we got 4 games here. What do you want to be after these 4 now that you're 2-2? Can you go 3-1? That's a tough stretch. Possibly. You should be. I mean, we should be good enough to go 3-1 in that stretch. But Buffalo, it'll start with Buffalo. They got a tough game today with the Dolphins, and then they got to fly across the pond. So, listen, anything can happen in the NFL. We've already learned that, and you know that by now. So let's take a look at the AFC South standings. It's just, you know, everybody's going to play a little bit later today. So right now, the Jags go to 2-2. The Colts have the Rams today. Anthony Richardson is back playing, toss-up game. Tennessee has a tough one with Cincinnati. And Houston is a 3-point underdog at home against the Steelers. So let's hope for some 1-3s and 2-2s out of this weekend. Let's do that. Andre Cisco, right? Is that who we have, Liv? Talking about the Jags win today with Brent.
Big defensive effort again, obviously turnovers and everything. Must feel good coming off last week.
Yeah, it's expected though. I mean, last week was so uncharacteristic that like we didn't expect that again. You know what I mean? That's not like us. So just getting back to us, it felt good. Yeah.
How big of a deal to get the lead in this one, get out in front, be able to do some of the things you want to do from playing ahead?
Yeah, I mean, just thinking about, you know, just meditating on what works on best for us. Personally, I realized that we kind of
we come up short in the beginning of the game, and I feel like we like playing from behind sometimes, but that's not how the NFL should be. You're supposed to come out first, come out swinging, start fast, play with a lead, and then learn how to sustain it.
What do you see on Darius' play in front of you?
Which one? Oh, with the pick six? Oh, that was awesome. I mean, that's how he plays. That's his game, jumping routes, understanding routes. So it's good to see that manifest for him.
And then you come up with another big play right after. You got the ball back, don't worry.
My heart stopped for a second. That was crazy. But yeah, that was just us talking on the sideline, expecting that play. First time I didn't play it right, so we spoke about it. They ended up throwing it to Tyson on the first one, and so being able to make a play like that after talking on the sideline is good as a unit.
How bad did you need to get a win?
Needed it. I mean, it's the league, bro. It's week to week, and sometimes you start out slow, and so it's big just to carry this momentum out.
Yeah. Week to week league, no doubt. Hey, there's the mayor of Saxonville now with the Atlanta Falcons. Could have used him today, man. Bijan Robinson ran for 100 yards on 14 carries. That's no bueno. D-line had good pressure on the young quarterback. He turned into a couple sacks, but nonetheless, we got to do better at stopping the run. We started out so well, and then Atlanta found something. They did a little more zone blocking, I think, and it worked for them, and they were able to really get after us, and that's not going to be good enough going forward. So the Jags, nonetheless, get the win 23-7 over the Atlanta Falcons. We talked about Trevor Lawrence in the offense. Look, it's not perfect yet, but definitely better than a week ago. 23 points. Of course, you got 7 from the defense. So in essence, you scored 16, 1 touchdown, 3 field goals. 3 field goals ain't bad as long as you get touchdowns from your defense and get another one from your offense. But you sure like to turn those into sevens instead of threes. That's not exactly what you want to do. Tyler Shatley, I believe, is up next with Brent. He's got, Yeah. So let's hear from Shatley, who started today in lieu of Ben Barch.
There's a lot of talk about how tough it is to play over here. Do you think the next week will be easier now that you get that acclimation process?
I don't know if I'd ever say there's ever an easy week in the NFL, but I think it'll definitely help getting acclimated. I know hopefully I'll sleep better than I did, but I think it'll be good for the guys. Saying we kind of guys are getting acclimated and be here over a week, so I think it'll be a good opportunity for us.
How bad did you need this one?
We need them all, but yeah, this one was good to get one, especially over here, kind of get back on track.
How about you just coming in and playing? Just another day for you at the office. You've done it for so many years here in Jacksonville.
All right, yeah, just trying to get in where I fit in and help the team out where I can.
How did you think you performed?
I had to go look at the film. Ultimately the team won, so that's the big concern right now, and I'm just glad we got a win.
This league's about making plays. How important was that first one to get Ridley into the end zone, Trevor making the play?
All right, that's huge. Like you said, it's huge to get those plays, to kind of get some momentum. And guys are making plays all over the field, and it's cool to see it all in all 3 phases.
You guys know this offense has a lot of expectation, but also can deliver on it. Do you leave this saying, hey, great win, but we kind of left some out there still?
Absolutely. Every week we're going to go back, watch the film, see where we left it out there, because ultimately we're striving to play a perfect game, which I'm not sure you could ever do that, but that is the goal.
Did the kids watch the Toy Story edition, do you think?
I don't know. I had to check in on them. They might have. I had to check. We'll see. I appreciate it.
I like that. Brentwood fishing for a good line. He got nothing from Shatley, though. Nothing at all on the Toy Story line, but good try, Brent. Look, Tyler Shatley has been he's Mr. London, right? Hasn't he been a part of every London game? I think he has. They talk about him. He's been overseas more than any other player, I think, in the National Football League. So Tyler Shatley back in the starting lineup today. And Doug Pederson said it was a size thing because Atlanta's a beefier line. They felt better with Shatley. But the bottom line is they had to do something on the offensive line. And Ben Barch had not been playing particularly well. None of the offensive line is playing particularly well. I think Walker Little got beat a couple times today, and he's been their best one so far. But guess who comes back next week? Cam Robinson. So we got that going for us. So now they're going to have to decide what they're going to do, right? Cam Robinson's coming back, and he's going to play. He's already over there in London. Cam Robinson will play against the Buffalo Bills. You need that. And so now where do you move Walker Little? Do you move him to the right? You move him inside? What are you going to do with Walker Little? That remains to be seen. Evan Ingram, another very valuable member of this Jaguars offense. I think he had 7 catches today. Not a ton of yards, but 7 catches, moved the chains. He talked to Brent as well.
Well, I talked to you earlier this week, said just need to get a win. You got it.
Got it done. Got it done. Played good. All 3 phases. Complimentary football. That was a big goal for us. Starting fast. Got rid in the end zone fast. Defense played lights out. McManus was money all day. Special teams played good. It was just a good complimentary football win.
How important to get out to the lead? It just hasn't been that familiar spot for you guys.
Yeah, I mean that's something that we have to get better at. We have to continue to build on. We have to continue to, be consistent in that. It puts us in a much better spot, confidence-wise. Giving the defense some wiggle room. It's just a huge positive for our team and our kind of style of play to get a lead first. We got to continue to do that.
My guess is you guys still feel like you left a bunch out there too, so room to grow.
Yeah, always. We definitely left some touchdowns out there. Definitely always can get better. We're definitely going to clean up the tape and get ready. We got a great opponent in Buffalo coming in next week. Definitely got to be better.
Give us an idea of the sidelines after the first play Trevor made, gets it to Ridley. I mean, just to be able to make the play you didn't make last week, really.
Yeah, no, that was a big focus for us this week. More passion. Obviously, we all play with passion, but there's more energy, more passion on the sidelines. Supporting each other, supporting the defense supporting the offense. Especially, it was big. It was big. Obviously, we got the lead with that, but getting red in the end zone against his former team, that was big. That was big for our team.
One last one. Did you hear them singing "Sweet Caroline" during your catch?
Yo, it was crazy. First of all, I couldn't hear the snap, so the ball snapped. It was a play for me to get the ball, and I never hear the crowd during a catch or a play. As soon as the whistle blows, I never hear the crowd. It was cool. Caught the ball, they were still screaming it. Literally got hit, slid out of bounds. They were still screaming. It was so cool. It was very loud. I loved it. That was awesome. Thank you, Chef.
Big day for Josh Allen. Let's listen in.
I have Foley help me push the pocket as well, to help me get that one. Then Trey Herndon for the inside blitz. Quarterback, rolled out right into me. In the second one, I told the DBs just to give me a little bit more time. So, so it's definitely a collection of everybody working together. But that process starts in practice. So we continue to practice hard, continue to communicate. Good things may come.
This is the best start to a season in your entire career. What does that do for you momentum-wise the rest of the year?
For me, it's a week-by-week basis. First and foremost, I got to take care of my body. I got to make sure that my body is where I can compete at a high level. When you're playing in the league, every week your body's going to be dealing with something. So it's how well can I maintain that and not have setbacks. So that's first and foremost, the nutrition. Make sure to eat right per the week. Make sure to study accordingly. Know who I'm going against. Know their weaknesses. Know their strength. And execute those in practice. And it starts in practice. I think the preparation all week has been, on point. Not only for myself, but as a defense as a whole, communicating, run to the ball, doing the little things that we've always done. And for me, man, it's just, you just got to keep going, keep studying, keep putting time in, keep getting your body right, and just keep going.
Is there a part of you that says, this is a big year for me, about my future, this is the best kind of start to go for?
I mean, for me, it's just day to day. I try not to become a robot and say, I'll have to do this, I have to do this. If I don't do this, then it's not going to happen. So I'm really in the moment and just handle my business. For me, this is strictly business. And, and I'm about my business. And I'm ready to win games. I want to be the guy for the defense that we can count on. I know last week where I could have made a little bit more plays. And so I felt like I personally let the team down. And then this week was just get back on track. And I got back on track, go home tonight, finish this game, learn my corrections, move on to Buffalo Bills.
First of all, congratulations for winning this game today. How exciting would it be to sack Josh Allen next weekend?
Again, I've done it before, but the Buffalo Bills is a really good team. behind a good, experienced offensive line. So it's definitely going to have to go back to the study. Like I said, I'm going to start tonight, start looking at those guys because I have to be prepared of what I can do. Today, I studied his weakness, and I found a weakness that I can exploit, and it was just waiting to get to those opportunities, which was stop the run. Stop the run, be able to rush the passer. Next week, we'll see what their weakness is, stop that, and then I can have my opportunities. So I'm excited to play another game in London. I'm excited to get some rest tonight, and excited to go.
Josh, what was the difference? I mean, last week the defense couldn't get there, couldn't make the play. Today, takeaways, sacks, every time you needed to make a play, you did. Can you pinpoint something that was working today that didn't work last week?
I think preparation. I think just being dedicated to each other, playing for one another, having energy, and being focused. I think that all that starts in practice. All that starts when you're outside of work. How do you prepare? Because I think we all prepare individually. I think we can have team success, but it takes everyone. It takes every 11. And this week, man, we prepared the right way.
So the extra time that you had on the plane at the Grove together, did that play into it at all? That you guys got away from Jackson?
I definitely got with my guys, and we definitely hung out and just played the game, studied some tape, just talked football. But I also spend time to talk to my family as well as much as I can at 12 o'clock at night. But we spend a lot of time together, and I'm glad we get to spend some more time together, and just to keep building on this. For me, man, it's this week, after tonight, this game is done and over with, and time to move on to the next one.
We got time for two more down on the list. Do you find that hard to adjust when you come to London, or do you think you have a competitive advantage over your competitors because you come to London so many times, you come every year, so have your bodies adjusted to it? Like, are you guys used to it by now?
I mean, no, I've traveled a lot to London the past 5 years, so for me personally, I kind of know what to do, when to sleep, how not to sleep, things to eat, things not to eat. I need to drink a lot of water on the flight. But for us, this is home for us. When we come here, we feel like it's a home game. We feel the excitement. We feel our fans. We feel the energy in the stands. So, so we love coming here. We know we got the back of all those fans out there, all 85,000, I believe, cheering for us. And it was a great feeling.
All right, last one right here. Have you heard everybody sing Sweet Caroline?
It's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. I heard that. I was still locked in on what I need to do, but it was right when our offense was coming out, so I kind of was sitting on the sideline. I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was pretty cool that everybody sung, you guys' national anthem. I thought that was pretty amazing as well, real cultural. And, just enjoyed the whole experience. Thank you, guys.
You know how you enjoy a whole experience? You get 3 sacks, and that's what Josh Allen did today, and also caused a fumble, 3 turnovers. Great job by the defense. Outstanding work. And maybe if next Sunday I'm sitting here saying our Josh Allen's better than their Josh Allen, the Jags will be 3-2. All right, we got more coming up tonight on Primetime. Action Sports Jax Primetime. We do it at 10:30 and 11:30 on Fox 30 and CBS 47. And then don't forget, tomorrow night, Jags Report Live. We'll still be at Sneakers. I'll be there. David Garrard will join us as well, and we'll break down this Jaguar victory for you. Plus, we'll have stuff from Brent overseas in London. Thanks for hanging out with us. It's been the postgame show. Jags winners today in London. We love it. 23-7. They're 2-2 on the season. And enjoy your week, everybody. Enjoy the football that starts in about 8 minutes.
Jags Nation, thanks for watching the Action Sports Jax postgame show. Sponsored by Farah & Farah, the exclusive injury law firm of the Jaguars.